What should you do if you're already 60 years old and haven't managed to save a single dollar for your comfortable retirement? In the USA, you can take advantage of government support programs for retirees. Let's examine what these programs are and how to apply for them. Of course, it would have been better to save for retirement when you were young, but you're not actually condemned to work for the rest of your life if you haven't built a retirement portfolio. First, if you worked officially for at least 10 years and paid taxes to the SSA, you can receive Social Security benefits and not just retire with a government pension at 62, but use a special strategy that I'm going to tell you about how to accumulate some capital, for example, over 5 years. The strategy is simple. You can retire at 62 and continue working while using your Social Security payments not for expenses, but investing all of this money into a tax-free savings account, for example, a Roth IRA. When choosing this strategy, there are several important nuances. First, if your salary exceeds the annual limit, $23,400 in 2025, SSA will withhold from your benefits $1 for every $2 above the limit. This will reduce the money you can invest. Second, when retiring at 62, you have the opportunity to invest this money. However, remember that you file for Social Security benefits early, you receive a 30% reduction in your payments compared to the full retirement age of 67. Therefore, before choosing an investment strategy, calculate the approximate average annual return on investment you will receive and whether this profit will be higher in the long term than the reduction in your payments for early retirement. You always need to look individually at whether the strategy suits you. You can schedule a consultation with me via the link in the description, and I will analyze your situation and calculate which strategy would be better for you. But what if you don't have work experience or can't even apply for Social Security benefits? The first program that will help you is Supplemental Security Income, SSI, a federal program for people with low incomes. SSI provides monthly cash payments to cover basic needs. In 2025, the maximum federal payment is $965 for an individual and $1,450 for a couple. Criteria for applying for this program: you must be 65 or older or have a documented disability or be legally blind. Your monthly salary or self-employment income must be below 2019 for an individual or 2,985 for a couple. Unearned monthly income, income from pensions, gifts, etc. must be below 987 for an individual or 1,470 for a couple. All your assets must not exceed 2,000 for singles and 3,000 for couples. Exceptions: your home, personal vehicle, essential items, for example, furniture. I covered how to apply for the program and all the pitfalls in this video. You can watch it later. And we're moving on to the next program. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, is a federal program that assists low-income families in purchasing food. It's known as food stamps. You're given a special electronic card that you can use to pay for food in stores. Criteria for applying to this program: your income must be below 130% of the poverty level for your household. For example, in 2025, for a family of 2, this is approximately $2,215 per month before taxes. Most states require that your savings be below $4,250 for elderly people. If you're able-bodied and without children, you must work at least 20 hours per week or participate in an employment program. The maximum amount you can receive per person in 2025 is $292. Applying for this program is fairly simple. Gather documents, ID, proof of income, for example, salary, benefits, expenses, rent, utilities, medical bills. Apply through your state's website or in person at your local social services office. I'll leave the link to the website where you can read about the program in detail, find local office contacts, or apply online in the video description. You may be invited for an interview in person or by phone to verify your information. After reviewing your application, they will let you know if assistance is approved or not, and the amount you will receive. The next opportunity is Housing and Urban Development, HUD, a federal program providing subsidized housing or housing vouchers for low-income families, elderly people, or people with disabilities. You can use 4 main types of assistance from HUD. Housing Choice Voucher Program helps you pay rent in the private market. You pay up to 30% of your income for rent, and HUD covers the rest. Public housing. You may be offered housing directly managed by local housing authorities. You'll also pay rent, but no more than 30% of your adjusted monthly income. Emergency Solutions Grants. This is short-term financial assistance for housing payments for people who are homeless or at risk of eviction. HUD loans. A lending program for home purchases with a low down payment from 3.5% of home value and more lenient credit history requirements from a 580 credit score. This mortgage is available even to those who have gone through bankruptcy after 2 or 3 years. The main criterion for applying for this program is that your income must be below 50 to 80% of the median income in your area. For example, in 2025, for a family of 4 in most states, the limit is about $50,000 to $80,000 per year. There are several other important points to consider. HUD programs have very long wait lists, months or even years. If you plan to apply, fill out the application in advance. You'll have limited housing choices as not all landlords accept HUD vouchers. Your financial information will be checked regularly. If your income increases, your assistance may be reduced or canceled. To apply for this program, you first need to determine which type of program suits you. For example, housing choice voucher, public housing, or other options. Then, contact the public housing agency in your area. In the description, I will leave a link where you can find contacts in your state or city. After that, gather the documents they'll ask for. Usually, this is proof of income, family composition, citizenship, or immigration status. Submit your application. This can be done in person, online, at hud.gov, or by mail through your PHA. Then you will need to wait for a decision in your case. If you have housing, you can use the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which helps low-income families to cover heating, cooling, and energy costs. The program also offers help with heating, cooling system repairs, and emergency situations, for example, if you risk losing electricity. Assistance is provided through grants. Money is paid directly to the utility provider, for example, your electric company. Your household income must be below 150% of the poverty level or 60% of your state's median income. For example, in 2025, in North Dakota, for a family of 2, the limit is approximately $64,333 per year. You can find detailed information for your state on the official LIHEAP website. I'll also leave the link in the description. The application procedure is standard. The only point is that applications in most states are only accepted during certain periods of the year. You can find this information at your local office or on the website. Another way to live with low income in retirement is to move to a cheaper state. This is a very popular method used by millions of retirees each year. Therefore, watch this video where I discuss which states are the best for relocation and what pitfalls you might encounter.